That's crazy, man. My brother rocking the baldy now, man. You don't know, this nigga was the original wave god, man. The original, yo, like, fam, like, I don't know nobody that brushed their hair more than you, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I took that shit very seriously,
like, for real. And like, you kind of trained me and Scrap to, like, that's how you, nigga, yo, that's how you gonna do it, nigga.
Yeah. You know, I try to encourage that though. You know what I mean? I want to keep my guys fly. I always wanted to, you know, be a fly guy. Even times where, you know, shit wasn't in my favor, I still always put that effort in, man. And I used to love it. You know what I mean? I really used to love that shit. But you know, you get older and you got to make a choice. Either you hold on to it or let it go.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's best to let that shit go.
Oh,
man.
No.
Yeah, hell yeah. But you know, you gotta be a boss with that shit though, you know what I mean?
Yeah. If you gonna rock it, you gotta rock it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
don't be don't be with the George Jefferson hairline.
Oh, well, my shit getting there almost, I mean.
Nah, but you know what? You take care of your shit though, you be straight though, you know what I mean? That's what the whole name of the game is, man. It's really just about taking care of your shit. Yeah. And that's the thing that help people fall off or keep you in the game.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, man, but I'm glad to see you, man. I'm glad to see the progress you're making with the platform. Shout out to you and the 280 Plus podcast, you know what I mean?
Thank you, bro.
You know, the area usually don't get a lot of looks, you know what I mean, when it comes to people inquiring about, you know, the history of things and how a lot of stuff happened in the city stuff. It's a good look what you're doing, man. It's greatly appreciated, for real.
Dang, yeah, yo, for real, like that is one thing, man. Like, I know, you know, people probably think, you know, the YC, it ain't got much going on, whatever, but it is a lot of stuff. Like, we experienced all that type of stuff, so like we did make history, you know what I'm saying? So why not talk about that shit, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And you know, I say this all the time, man, because you know, I grew up with y'all niggas and everybody around me was a rapper. Everybody around me was a rapper, you know what I'm saying? And then I never, you know, I ain't know how to make no beats or nothing like that, and I always wanted to be involved. Some, you know, I rapped a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I had a couple bars, you know what I'm saying? But
no, trust me, you was around me, then you was definitely nice, man. Like, that's one thing I would say. Like, it seemed like, you know, people I was around, man, it was like that music bug just jumped on them too, man. It was like, you know, if you was around me, you was definitely influenced. You had some thoughts. I know some ideas was inspired. Yeah. Everybody had some bars, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If you didn't, then that's how you know you really wasn't around, man.
You was, for real.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Real,
and we could get, I do want to talk about music and all that rap and stuff.
Listen,
are you ready to get started though?
Let's see what I look like. I don't look too crazy, right?
Nah, I mean, Freddie. I mean, Ready Rock. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta get my bread game like yo.
I don't know. I don't know. I see. That's one thing. Like, I don't know if you ever had that, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's light work. You know what I mean? Like, but this is a long time coming. You know what I mean? I be seeing the young boys. They be stressed. They be stressing. I'm like, yo, fam, you might not connect until you 25 for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might not. Your shit might. But I see niggas don't. It take a while, bro. I don't know why, but that shit take a while, bro. You know what I mean? But all right, man, let's get started. Let's get started, bro.
I definitely. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, man. Hey, yo. Welcome to the 280 Plus podcast, man. I'm your host, Slows Def, and I'm here, man, with a fucking legend, man. Family, you know what I'm saying? I'm here with my brother, man. Yo, introduce yourself. Introduce yourself, man.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Well, nowadays they call me Big Bro. I go by a lot of different names.
Okay.
Like that, you know what I mean? But, you know, if you went to school with me, you might know me by my government name, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people in the streets, you know, might know me as Cass or Casanova.
Yeah, the original.
Yeah. Definitely the original.
The original.
Like, and niggas don't know. I put in a lot of pain about that name too. Well,
for real.
No, but yeah, you know, as an artist and things like that, depending on the environment, you know me, you know, you may originally know me as Casanova, but you know, over the years and as times have changed, I've changed as well. I've evolved and I had a lot of different experiences, you know. So as of now, today, you know, everybody just call me Big Bro, and that's what
Big Bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, yo, we can talk about that too because when we talk about rap, because you done went through mad names, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Man names. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I
So
went through a lot of transitions. You know, that's the creative process. That's evolving.
yep.
Bro.
But so yeah, I mean, this is my fam, this is my brother's brother. You know what I mean? I remember that's when y'all came down here, that's how we always had to
You
introduce
dig it?
ourselves. You know what I mean? Uh, are you still my step? Like, can I still call you my
Yeah,
step brother? Like,
yeah.
how does that work? You know what I mean? Like, what?
No, no, no. No, no, no. I consider you my brother though. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
you know, when you young, you know what I mean, that's when you get a little petty, get technical like that. But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
we've spent a lot of time together. You know, we've lived together, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
we've done a lot, you know what I mean?
Good
So
times,
at this
bad
point, man, it's
times, ups and
yeah,
downs.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes,
Know what I'm
at
saying?
this point though, we just brothers, man. Just as you know, as adults, you know, you get to that point where you really get to understand, like, you know, these people was there, you know what I mean? Like you was really around, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like we done ate off the same plates and used the same cups and shit, you know what
yep,
I mean? So
yep,
like,
yep.
yeah, we definitely brothers, you know what I mean? Like that shit ain't no joke, you know what I mean?
For
For real.
real. For
Hell yeah.
real, man. Yeah, I mean, and so you know what I mean, if y'all watching right now, man, I need y'all to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, man. Let's keep this
Check that
running
out.
up,
Hit that
man.
subscribe.
Check out episode 26 where we have his little brother, my big brother, Scrap on
Yeah.
here, man, talking heavy, you know what I'm saying? Brighten Me photography, man. So check that out if y'all haven't checked that out already, man.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know we all connected. You
I
know what I
know,
mean?
man.
But
It's crazy, and it's crazy to this day. I still be having to explain. They be like, "What? Oh, you Scrap brother, or you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man. Y'all don't even. Y'all don't. You must not know us then, for real. You know what I mean? You must not. You must not know us, man. But like, yo,
that's
let's get into. Oh,
that's
good.
the true statement, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like you wasn't around for real. You know what I mean? Like he said earlier. So man, let's talk about music, man, because that's one of your first loves. You know what I'm saying? And you always been
yeah.
just tapped in, man. Like when I think about hip hop, bro, when I think about rap, like you're responsible for like my direction at one point in time, man, and my love for hip hop early on. Like, cause my dad, you know what I'm saying? You know my pops, man. Like he was an R&B head for real. And I remember he kind of went through this DMX phase, you know what I mean, right before y'all came up, you know what I mean, whatever. But
Yeah, that's my guy.
he wasn't really
Yeah,
tapped into hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And then when you know I met you and you know our family melded together
yeah.
and like yo fam, you was just all into music and like I said, I wouldn't even know that Mace is a goat if it wasn't for you. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Yeah,
was your
yeah,
favorite rapper at one
man.
point in time. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, seriously, man. Like the my whole journey with music was, man, like you know, I fell in love with it at an early age, man,
Okay.
like at a super young age, man. Like I was getting into, you know, Biggie and Mobb Deep and all of that, man. I'm
Facts.
from the era of the actual cassette tape, you know what I mean? Like I used to go on
Mm.
52nd Street and get mixtapes, like, and you know, I used to preserve them joints, man. Like I held my
Damn.
tapes like near and dear to my heart, you know what I mean? And
Y'all niggas was recording Power 99 on the radio and shit
yeah,
like that. Yeah.
yeah. I really come from that time, you know, and how they say it's nostalgic, you know. But yeah, I just come from that era, kind of like early 90s, you know, hip hop stuff. And you know, I was real big on my tapes, on my CDs,
Yep.
you know what I mean, on stereo systems, anywhere where I could turn my music up and like blast that shit or any excuse to sing along and get hype, man. I was all about it. And if you was around me, you was gonna share in that experience, man. Like I
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
always make sure that, you know, my brothers knew, even my sister, everybody who was around me, we was gonna be listening to the newest music.
Yep. Yep.
As soon as those releases came out, you know
Yep.
what I mean? Like I was, you know, beating on my mom, my stepdad door, like, yo, I
Yeah.
need this one, you
Yeah,
know
I
what I
need
mean?
this. Yeah, he was like
Yeah,
that's what he wanted. Like he wanted all the hot
yeah,
albums. I remember when was Kiss the Game Goodbye came
yeah,
out.
yeah. Oh
Rough
shit.
Riders, like Rough Ride, like that's the era. That's what we talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Old school. You know what I'm saying? Like for
yeah,
real.
seriously,
Like,
man.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And I
what
fell in love with it, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
hell
talking
yeah.
about music, man. Couple things, man, that kind of hit the headlines, whatever. I was on Complex just today, whatever, and then just kind of looking at some stuff. And they always come out with these lists, man. And we ain't gonna go back that far, but it said the best hip hop producers alive every year since 1979, which I'm like,
Mm,
damn. And like when I go through the eight, like the first like almost like 20 years or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I could see those some of those names, but like I don't know, I'm not that familiar. But we could start from the 2000s, and I could just try to run through them real quick. And are there some names that are missing, or is there some like? And they even have like honorable mentions and stuff like that. So let me go through the list. And I actually put that in the chat for you. You could hit the link if you want.
Okay.
And it'll take you right there. But it said in the year 2000, it's Earth Tone 3. And they are known for their main thing was a lot of Outkast stuff, Miss Jackson, B.O.B., and Moses Stankonia.
So that's like organized noise. Okay.
Kanye West in 01. All right. Kanye West in 01. Honorable mentions was the Neptunes and Just Blaze and LP. 02 was
what, Just Blaze? How you leave Just Blaze out, though?
I know. Well, they have them as an honorable mention. Their argument was that they're not trying to leave people out, but like maybe certain people like outperform them, or like the production, like the output.
You know what? I understand, because Just Blaze, like he had an extremely like high, he had a peak, and then he kind of, he hasn't been as consistent. So, all right, I can understand that.
All right, 02 was the Neptunes. 03 was Lil Jon. 04 Kanye West again. That's hard. College Dropout. That's what they put as the credentials. College Dropout.
Yeah. I mean, Kanye is definitely a big influence, major influence in his culture, man.
Damn. 05 Kanye West. I don't know this man. Toomp, Toomp, Toomp in 06.
Oh, DJ Toomp.
Toomp,
yeah.
They put
that's
a lot
like that ATL run. That's like the beginning of that Atlanta run.
Okay, yeah. It says T.I. and Jeezy. So yep. Those are his credentials. Kanye West in 07. Damn, is Kanye West the greatest producer ever? Like, is that?
I can't say ever, man, because that's definitely a debate that involves your opinion.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, a lot. But I mean, technically, if we go with just technicalities, he's in the contenders, man. He's definitely up there when it comes to MCing, producing, just the total package, man. Like executing a vision in the studio is a difficult task, especially when you're doing it from scratch, man. And he's definitely one of those top guys, just to, like I said, execute a vision from just the thought all the way to even just a music video and you know what I mean, the rollout. He's definitely up there. He's one of those top guys, man. Like, it's hard because people like Dre, just the influence that he has on the game and his sound. It's just hard when you think about all the competition that's in that lane. Because when you're a rapper and a producer at the same time, you wear multiple hats. So it's like he's up there, man. Kanye is up there like a motherfucker, man. Like, I can't lie, man.
All right.
I don't want to say the best ever, man.
I know, right?
But still got time.
Yeah, he's showing up on this list mad times. All right. 08 Drummer Boy. 09. That's when now 40 is Noah Shabib, 40, Drake's boy.
Yeah,
so he's showing now. He about to start showing up. So 09 was 40. All right, now the last 10 years or so. 2010 Lex Luger. Let's see his credentials: BMF, a lot of Rick Ross shit. Yeah, a lot of Rick Ross shit. Nine Piece, MC Hammer. Let's see. 11 40 again.
That's when that emotional era came about, man. I remember Drake entering the game, man, and I remember I was.
Did you believe in him? Like, I didn't believe in. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know it was gonna last.
Honestly, man. I enjoyed the music before I got into the person, the character. I heard the music, man, and I enjoyed it. And I think, a lot of people did too around that time. I think it was like nearing the end of like the LimeWire era and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Shit.
And people were still running around with CDs, getting CDs burnt and stuff. And Drake was the new sound, man. I remember it. It was just like that new thing. And we was never used to, especially like a rapper, somebody with bars coming through with like emotional content that, women could really attach themselves to. And, I remember that sound, that texture of music, just,
like the singing and all of that. Yeah.
I remember it being really relevant. And as far as me, I had no idea. I didn't expect Drake to be where he is today. I had no idea because the style of music and what everybody was kind of entertaining and looking for, it was completely different.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And now the certified lover boy, the person we know and love now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before then we had a lot of like, street guys. It was, ATL influence, but
Yeah.
at that point I could say I really enjoyed the music, but I couldn't have predicted him like being all the way at the top like that.
Yeah. Right. Like
I
for
couldn't.
real.
I knew guys locally who was doing that type of stuff for real, for real.
Yeah. Yeah. Like who? Like Drake? Like back in 2011?
I knew dudes who had like the singing, rapping, that mix, that style.
Okay.
Me, I was running around in the streets and shit. So I crossed paths with a lot of guys, and
Okay.
it was a lot of dudes who did time in prison,
Okay.
stuff like
Okay.
that. You know what I mean? Where it took the time to hone their craft, and they would come home with a lot of melodies, banging on the chest and
Okay.
raps and stuff, and just emotional content. But Drake was the first one to like execute it and really deliver it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I remember I definitely met a lot of guys who.
Okay, bet. 2012 was Mike Will Made It. Let's see, keep going. Kanye West 2013, and pretty much they put Yeezus, which all right, now I think this
is back again, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wasn't a fan of Yeezus though. I wasn't a fan of that.
I mean, he had a few decent songs on there, but it wasn't one of his standout projects though.
Yeah. 2014, Mike Will Made It again. 2015, now we're gonna get into some names that are like you now we're hearing these guys a lot too. Metro Boomin in 2015, Metro Boomin in 2016. Damn,
that's like that future.
Yep. No ID in 2017, and they put 444 as the credentials. Like,
well, I don't know if that's really fair. I mean,
yeah. But the honorable mentions was in that year, Metro Boomin, Murder Beats, and Pierre Bourne. 2016, Take Keith.
Damn.
2019 is Madlib. Okay. Madlib, they put him credentials, Freddie Gibbs album.
Oh yeah, he put in some good work with Freddie Gibbs though.
2020, Hit Boy.
Yeah.
And then 2021, The Alchemist. And that's ironic because now, we see the music. I don't say it's shifting, but like, we are starting to get that grittiness back a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With certain artists.
It's needed, man. I mean, everything, comes back around.
Okay.
The youth is what rejuvenates the things that we see today.
Yeah.
But, it's nothing new under the sun.
You
know what I mean? We're familiar with all of these different things, the different styles and shifts and sounds. I mean, what I will say though is I really do like today's production.
Okay.
When I listen back, you know what I mean? Like if we go back like 10 years, like a lot of stuff sounded real cheesy. It sounded like real crazy. Like some of your favorite songs aren't as timeless as you want to believe. You know what I mean?
True that. Is it because like they weren't mixed and mastered right, or is that part of it, or is just that sound is outdated?
I think just the sound's outdated, and I think that as far as the mix and mastering part, it's the platforms change.
Okay.
I mean, the way we listen to music has changed, so naturally, the way you would hear it or perceive it would change along with it. But I just think now. Of course, sound a little more polished.
Okay.
I think, back then, stuff as far as like samples that were really good, they came across as extremely authentic, and you could feel it more. But I like the clarity of nowadays. That's what I like. I do like a lot of newer production, and I'm kind of like from that gap, like in the middle a little bit.
Okay.
I'm real in tune with like, you know, the pace of the music and stuff like that. Because what people don't know is like the whole wave, like as far as like Lex Luger, Metro Boomin, you know, I always admired the way they approached the music, man. Like it was really innovative, man, and it was inspiring for real.
Okay. And are there any names that like really stand out that are missing? Like, do you feel like, damn, they ain't even like, you know what I mean? They ain't have this person on there. Just any big name.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Like I would think Timbaland would be like one of the best at one point in time, right? Or no? Is that
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
90s, maybe late 90s? I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. No, but see, you know, Timberland he's had an epic run, man. He's always been a part of our lives, man. But
Yeah.
I just think that list sounds like who was like kind of the most influential at the times.
Ah,
And
okay,
during
okay.
those times of the era, as you naming the producers, I can imagine the artists that were, you know, at the forefront. Like when you were saying like the Lex Lugers and like the Metro Boomers, I'm envisioning like Young Thug
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Future, and that's probably why, you know, they would get the accolades for, you know, those years.
Okay.
But you know, we got so many great producers like Swiss Beats.
Yeah, Swiss, yeah, Swiss ain't, yeah, Swiss ain't.
I'm an East Coast boy, and you know, yeah,
We
you
was
ain't
just
heard
talking about
nothing
that
about
era,
Swiss
that
on
that
there. Yeah, that Rough Riders like
yeah.
type of era that, you know what I mean? Yeah. And let me think. You know what I mean? It's a ton of guys. I probably end up going along all day, but just off the top though, you know, damn, you know what I mean? Like at that point in time, like Neo the Matrix, he
Okay,
had a heavy influence going on.
okay.
A-Rap music. You
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
A-Rap
yeah.
music?
Heat makers.
Yeah, man.
One.
Heat makers.
Yeah,
You dig me?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
man. It's some
what's it
things
called?
that
Justice. Was it Justice League or Justice?
the Justice League. Yeah,
Yeah, I
man.
mean, yeah. So one thing though, just to wrap that up, whatever. I just feel like, you know, what in terms of patterns and common themes, I just feel like, it feels like there really is like a producer monopoly. You know what I'm saying? Just because and we always, I think a lot of people complain about the music sounding the same was because it's like it seemed like all these artists just go to like 3 4 5 producers, you know what I'm saying, and to get to, like, I guess if like I guess they attach to whoever is the hottest, you know what I'm saying, and then they you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And well, because like Mustard was an honorable mention in
But
one of them years, but like I'm surprised like he's not a name that wasn't on there
mm,
too, you know what I'm saying, but
yeah, and you can't forget Mustard, man. DJ Mustard, man, when he came through, he came heavy. But I think what it is with people complaining about the music or what artists are delivering, we really we changed the standard of what we accept.
okay,
Like the era I come from, it wasn't the repetitive stuff. It
okay,
wasn't like a big thing in the era I come from. You know, every line and every word was like different, you know. But now we become accustomed and we accept, you know, the repetitive lyrics and hooks and things like that. And it's nothing wrong with it because I love the fact that, you know, we can express ourselves in whatever format we choose. But, you know, just on a wide platform,
yeah,
we've learned to digest the repetitive lyrics, the repetitive hooks, just hearing the same line over and over again. You know, it's made it easier to, you know, party, recite, get down with. So you know, it's really just based on what we enjoying in the clubs, in the streets, with
yeah,
each other. You know what I mean? We can't blame nobody but ourselves because we accepting it and we live into it. We partying and driving down the street to that shit. So,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's really on us for real, for real. But as you see, you know, there is a slight emergence of, you know, more lyrical artists and things like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's always a constant balance, man.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
constant balance for real, for real. But you
yeah.
know, that's what it is. I attribute it to that. It's really the consumer, man. And they ain't gonna
Facts,
do nothing but give the people what they want, man.
facts. And they
That's it.
just feeding the beast pretty much. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
hell yeah.
that's what's
Hell
up.
yeah.
All right, next music topic. You know, and this is just more so you know, Meek, man. He's being vocal right now. You know what I
Ah.
mean? He's airing out the label right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think more so, instead of just kind of focus on what he's saying, just the bigger issue, like, yo, how are veterans like Meek still having these label issues. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't learned nothing from Hove and Robert Kraft and all these like big business people. Like, you know what I mean? Like I just thought like the way he kind of presented stuff, like he's this boss and he got, you know, and I don't know, maybe the fine print is probably the devil. You know what I'm saying? That's what's fucking him up. But it's like, damn, bro, like you still having these issues, and I don't know. He said something about they blackballed his album, but I'm like, yo, your last album was pretty successful. It debuted #3. Like, I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how like they tried to like prevent Roddy Ricch from working with him. And like he just feels like he's airing out some stuff. And like I said, I can understand that from the younger artists. But like a veteran like Meek and, you know, all this information, like what's going on? Like how's that happening still?
Man, the truth is, man, the devil is in the details, man.
Okay.
When it comes to these executives and these contracts, you know, you are funding multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar corporations. Truthfully, when you sign these contracts and you become an employee, you know, pretty much almost in a sense like it works for hire nowadays, because they send you out into the world to get everything done on your own.
Okay.
But you know, when you get into them contracts, man, like you can't do nothing but expect the bullshit. You know what I mean? You gotta expect something, and the best thing to do is have some type of time-based clause and close.
Okay.
Your deals when you negotiate that might permit you, you know, receiving your masters or your recordings or whatever, so be it back in whatever amount of time. But you know, it's just like I said, the devil's in the details, man. And you know, when you're anxious to sign and be involved and have these extra opportunities, these endorsement deals, and you know, to be VIP and rub shoulders with all of the people, you know, that's next up or on the forefront, these are the things you're gonna go through, man. You can't expect any contract to not have something that's not in your favor. You're doing business. It's going to be something there that's going to be in the other person's favor, man. You got to expect that, and you got to be willing to navigate through those things and negotiate. Airing it out publicly, for some people, it's worked, you know. But,
okay. So you think this is a power move type thing? Like,
you know, because if you notice, a lot of other artists too be saying stuff about the same label, you know, NBA Youngboy.
I had that on my notes.
Remarks and stuff like that. It's a reoccurring theme, and really, what it is, the truth is, they just shuffling execs. You know what I mean? Every now and then they, you know what I mean, move a few chairs around, and think, you know what I mean, especially somebody like Meek, who we look at now almost like a vet in the game. You know, we would look for him to find a more effective way other than social media. You know, but you know, I think he's getting there. I think that's the thing. We've watched people like Meek Mill grow up online. We've watched his like growth. We've witnessed him, like, you know, from a child, you know what I mean, with no supervision, you know, talking his shit, to now he a grown man and he's still talking his shit. And you know, you don't have people who are familiar with these things in your life when you know, encountering these opportunities. A motherfucker could tell you how to deal with a job when you go into a regular job, a 9 to 5. Like, you be nice to the boss and whatever, but you know, you dealing with record executives and shit.
These niggas cutthroat. Like,
your parents don't know nothing about that. You know what I mean? Like, even the old heads that you be thinking know everything in your neighborhood.
They never been in them boardrooms.
They don't
know what I'm saying?
Shit about this. So you know, exactly. You know, with as much time as he has in, and he's been so successful, he got shit to stand on where he can negotiate. He can negotiate. Whereas when you first coming in, you desperate, you hungry, you want the opportunity. So you signing up for whatever you signing up for. It's like the streets. You signing up for the good, the bad, all of that. Give me this opportunity. Give me my chance. I'm taking my shot. So you know what I mean? I would imagine, you know, get your lawyer game up.
So
that's what you should do.
Okay. So is the solution is the solution like going independent and then just grinding? I mean, because I think a lot of people, they end up starting independent, but they still sign some type of deal, whatever. Because I think at some point, don't you need that push, right? You need that.
Yes, most certainly.
Yes,
most certainly. but you want to make sure you negotiate the terms
Okay.
and that it's more in your favor, and you have actually some ground to stand on. A
Okay.
lot of artists just want everything, and you know they don't have nothing to stand on. And like I said, with an artist like Meek, he's shown throughout the test of time that he
Yeah.
could produce that quality and material that's worthy of being acknowledged and compensated and, you know, toured on, and, you know, you creating jobs behind this music that you're making. So, you know, I would say at this point, he can afford the expense of being independent,
Okay.
you
Okay.
know, but when you're in the beginning stages, you know, you want to try to have some clarity, somebody who can define the terms that you locking in on, because that you're going to end up dealing with this stuff later on. It's
Yeah.
always going to end up like this. You're
Yeah.
always going to find a clause or something that you don't agree with, and you might want to bring it to the table and renegotiate it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's just part of the game. But in the beginning, when you first sign and you don't have no bargaining chips for real, like, you got to think he didn't come into the game with a whole Dream Chasers catalog, and you know
No,
what I mean, the
true.
whole
True.
like dreams and series that he released, like, you know, and then he having problems about, everybody has problems about what they want to define as an album or
Facts.
mixtape, you
Facts.
know. So I would just think the thing you do is you lawyer up. With somebody like him, he can afford that shit.
Yeah.
But with an artist in the hood, that's why you got to be extremely critical. You know what I mean? You got to
Okay.
ask for what you want,
Okay.
and try to make sure you get that, and, you know, try to be 10 steps ahead. And now all the information is public. So, you know, hopefully we can avoid them steps with new artists, you know what I mean, entering the game.
Yeah.
For real,
That's what's
for real.
up. That's what's up. And so last topic about just general music. And this was a quick one. Yeah, I mean, just your opinion, man. And I'm happy about this, whatever. I seen there's a Verzuz, and now this R&B. Yeah, I mean, this is a Verzuz.
Yeah.
My favorite singer of all time. You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about?
Philly representative. Yeah, I'm saying, yo, Musiq Soulchild
Oh shit.
versus, and I think this is, I respect to the guy, but it ain't no match to me. Musiq Soulchild versus Anthony Hamilton versus Valentine's Day versus.
Mm.
And I'm like, Anthony Hamilton is a good singer, great singer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got songs, but like, no,
Yeah.
I don't. It ain't no match to me. I don't know. I don't know. Like music, like Hamilton got what? How many
No, but see,
songs?
you gotta dig though. Like,
Yeah, you got to
I'm
dig.
biased.
He probably got
I'm biased.
features.
I'm gonna tell
Oh,
you straight up, I'm biased
okay,
because Musiq Soulchild, you know, that's a part of my life. You know what I mean? Like,
fam. Yeah,
you know, we I lived through that. That was, you know what I mean. If you ain't had that spinning, if you wasn't in
yeah.
tune
I
with
just want to
that,
sing. If you ain't had
yeah,
that,
if you wasn't in tune, then I don't know where you was at, you know what I mean? But you know, that like that's the stuff that was motivating us to, you know, pursue young ladies and
yeah,
conduct
yeah,
yourself a certain type of way. That's why you might bust your hair and wear your do-rag, you know what I mean, a little bit till you get to the classroom, you know what I
yeah,
mean? So your
yeah,
shit
yeah,
crispy is spinning right before you walk in.
yeah,
But like, yeah, man, that Musiq Soulchild album, man, that's a timeless piece of art, man. It
yeah,
really
yeah.
is. And but Anthony Hamilton, he's heavy in the industry. You
Okay.
know, he got a real sought after type of voice, you know,
Yes.
and texture and style that he
Yes.
delivers to music. And his pen is heavily leaned on too in the industry.
So
And
yeah,
this
so yeah, we might hear some songs that we don't expect. Like, oh shit, he wrote that. He wrote that.
and it's
Yeah.
a lot of artists that you might not know are there, like on these songs.
Yeah.
You don't even know they're there, man. And you know, we take it for granted.
Yeah.
But you know, I've been around, so you know, I got to hear and see, you know what I mean, more of the pieces involved when it comes to delivering, you know, the finished products of the music that you hear and
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
know we love. But yeah, Anthony Hamilton, his hand is and his voice is used heavily in the music industry
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
the past, like, you know, 10, 15 years. You know, I've definitely heard and I know he's leaned on heavily, but I think the Musiq Soulchild, he's took the independent route, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, when you take that route, sometimes you might not reach the
Yeah,
same.
he doesn't have the accolades, yeah, I mean, but
Yeah,
I mean, but in the streets and for the, I mean, he had a run. He had a run of
yeah,
like 3 platinum albums, type shit
yeah,
like that in a
most
row,
certainly.
and
Yeah.
still solid work. You know what I mean? He did get a little goofy, I think, towards the end of his career.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
he started
yeah.
rapping and shit
He
like
started
that. And
tipping a little bit. Yeah, he definitely started
yeah, I
tipping.
don't know, but like his run, like yeah, like it's yeah, I don't. That's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
favorite.
yeah.
That's just my favorite. Now, granted, he
Yeah, no,
wasn't an Usher. He
because
didn't reach Chris Brown level or nothing like that. Yeah, I mean, but I'm glad though. This is a good
yeah,
matchup. But I remember people was like saying like him versus D'Angelo, and they were saying D'Angelo was smoke music, and I'm like, I like D'Angelo, respected D'Angelo, but
I
smoke
mean,
music,
but when you think about it, yeah, but see, like I
smoke him.
said, nah, I mean, like I said, he has timeless pieces of work that
Yes,
I'm
yes, yes,
personally attached to.
yes.
D'Angelo, though, he is a musician all the way
Yeah.
to
Oh
the
yeah.
core. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I'm talking about with people who could deliver a vision from a thought. You could execute it from top to bottom to the point where we can hear it, enjoy it, and analyze it. Like, that takes some dedication and it
Okay.
takes some work. And you know what I mean? Like D'Angelo he's capable of doing things like that. Whereas people might not know music as, you
Yeah.
know, a musician, you know,
Yes.
himself, of crafting works from scratch, you know. So I think sometimes when we look at artists, you know what I mean, we kind of judge them on that scale.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep.
So it gets, that's where the debate comes in, but that's what the verses is all about, and that's what all
Yeah.
of this music is all about. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yep.
But just me personally, I already know hearing music Soulchild is going like fuck me up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah. Like,
Anthony
oh
Hamilton ain't gonna be able to say nothing. You know what I mean? Like for real. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah. Like,
Charlene
yeah. I
is
mean,
cool,
coming
but you
from
know what
where
I
I'm
mean?
from is cool, but like that ain't beating love. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't beating just
Yeah.
friends
Listen, man.
next door. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, fam.
Man,
Like,
yeah, listen, no, like I said, he got timeless work, and you know what I mean, it definitely, you know, it's emotional content, and just me in particular, you know what I mean, where I'm from, where we from, the
yeah,
era, the time that we grew up in,
yeah.
that's powerful shit to us, man. Like,
Powerful.
you know, that's why I think today's in a day, that's why they, you know, it's a lot of crime and a lot of nonsense. They don't got no wives
Ain't got no
helping to
love,
seduce
man.
the young ladies, or you know, talk about loving a woman, or you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. For
none of
real.
that, for real,
For
for real.
real, man.
We had a lot of fly music, man. We had a
Fly
lot of fly
music, yo.
music.
The like the video, and that's the thing too, because yo, fam, I tell people this all the time. Like anytime a video be out, I'll be like, yo, I don't, because now you don't have to watch videos to get music. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Like, so I don't know, like, yo, I haven't
Yeah.
seen a video like for real in 10 years, like type shit. Like when I see one, I'll be like, yo, they made a video for that. Like it'd be the most popular songs. I never seen the videos for half of them, like more than half of them. And but
Yeah,
back
yeah, yeah.
then we grew up in that era where that's how you put music out. You know what I'm saying? The music video, and like, yo, fam, that was
Yeah.
yeah, we had a lot of fly music, man. Like MTV Jams, 106 and Park days, all that. Like,
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, I definitely noticed that between, you know, now and you know what I mean. And mind you, we not like super old guys.
nah,
You know what I
nah,
mean?
nah.
That's the truth about it. But you know, I do remember, you know, we had a lot of different stuff. Even the Pretty Rickies, and you
Yeah,
know what I mean, the Genuines and the
yeah,
112s and the Jagged Edges, and you know, we had a lot of music that would provoke you, you know, to, you know, get at these ladies and, you know,
yeah, yeah,
approach the world a certain type of way. Like we had a good balance. We had our
yeah.
hardcore, our street music, but our R&B music was, you know what I mean, really
Out of
some
this
deep
world.
stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
for real.
That's what's up. That's
Seriously.
what's up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's a good man.
I
Wrap
wish
up.
they had. We need some new R&B artists, y'all. All y'all singers, listen. All y'all singers, y'all get together, man. Y'all make y'all groups. Y'all go hard, man. You know what I mean? Because we need y'all singing about some love and you know what I mean, making
Yeah.
things happen other
There,
than people
well,
dying.
see, that's the thing. I'm probably not as in tune with R&B because there is a lot of artists. Like Joe Budden is a big R&B dude. Like, and that's he always be putting out. Like, I'd be like,
Yeah,
yeah, I never heard of this person, but like, it's just they don't connect the same. Like, it ain't no stars the same way that we had stars. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't the same. Like, I don't know. I think a lot of
yeah, no,
R&B
what
don't
it
necessarily
is.
cut through unless you're in tune with R&B. it don't really cut through like the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's because that's not the agenda though, for real, for real. You know what I mean? That's
Ah,
not the
talk
agenda
about it.
nowadays. Yeah, because we got a lot of a great R&B music that is coming out. You know what I mean? A lot of great artists. You know what I mean? That you can discover, and I've discovered some. I'm sure you heard some as well. But that's not the agenda. The
Yeah,
whole thing that's being pushed. It's all about the turn up. It's
turn
all
up.
about, you know what I mean, what seems like everybody's futuristic right now.
Okay,
You know what I
okay,
mean? Like,
okay.
so if you seem a little bit more like ahead of today's time,
Yeah,
people gonna flock to it. And yeah, the agenda is not love. It's not about, you know what I mean, making love and, you know what I mean, treating your woman the right way and that type of stuff right now. The
okay.
agenda is getting money, you know what I mean? Like, I got a 30, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let's shoot
yeah,
this
yeah,
bitch up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
that's the whole movement right about now, you know what I mean? Like,
That's what's
and
up.
I can't blame them though. You know what I mean? I look at them like, I remember when I was rebellious and
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to, you know what I mean, do stuff I shouldn't do.
That's what's
You
up.
know what I mean?
That's what's up. All right, man. So let's get busy, man. Yo, let's talk about the man of the hour, man. You know what I'm saying? My brother from another. Yo, man, I came
Yeah,
down here in the late 90s, you know what I mean? Right before
yeah,
Y2K type shit like that, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Moving from Philly
yeah.
to a small city, man. Yo, what was that like, man? Because Scrap talked about that transition, and I think I'm a guess that y'all had different perceptions of what, because he was like he was like, yo, I really like I think he loves Philly, but like you're a little bit older than him, so you had a little bit more Philly in you. You know what I mean? A little bit more time in Philly to kind of run around. You know what I'm saying? So like, what was that like,
Yeah.
man? Like, you know?
Yeah, man. No, it was really dope, man. Like, of course, when you're going through it, you don't realize like, what's happening. But it's, when I reflect and I think back on it, man, like it was definitely like a kind of like a culture shock,
Yeah,
going from one style of environment to another one, even though it's in the same state. You know what I mean? And they're not too far apart from each other.
yeah,
It's like, it was kind of like a culture shock because when you see places like Philadelphia and you're familiar with their environment, like as a young boy, you know what I mean? I went to different schools, I moved around, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so I did a lot, you know what I mean? Like the way that I played and things like that, and the things that I knew and was in tune with as a young dude
yeah, yeah,
was
yeah.
different than the normal or average, you know what I mean, young person in an environment like York. So my perception of York ultimately was, like suburb, you know what
Yep,
I mean?
yep,
Like,
yep.
yeah, you know what I mean? But to me, honestly, and I still do believe that York is a beautiful place, you know what I mean? Like
Okay, okay.
just the environment, the architecture, the way that they preserve the community. York really is like a beautiful place, you know what I mean? Like
Well,
it's
yeah, if you consider like, yeah, if you look at Philly and like just the blight, yeah, I mean, like
yeah,
the buildings and stuff like that. Like
yeah.
now we don't have no like big,
Yeah, yeah,
skyscrapers.
it's a lot, you know what I mean? And I think when you coming from a place like Philadelphia, and then you realize the two dynamics, when it
Yeah,
comes to like the rate of poverty and stuff, like just even the styles of clothing, the way people speak, and you know
yeah,
what I mean, food, all of that.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? So yeah, it was just one of them things where it was like almost like a wake up culture shock type of thing for me. Like, oh, all
yeah,
right, this where we at now. This what it is. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But before, you know what I mean, entering York, man, like I was like, wow, rebellious, real rambunctious, man. Like I was into everything. I was up and down the street, around the
Yeah,
corner,
yeah.
going to school, like me going to school, like as a youth in Philadelphia, it was crazy, man. I'm
Yeah, for
talking
real,
about,
for real.
yeah, this is the era where you get suspended for 2-3 days for a fight, so like, you go to school on Wednesday, try to get you a little start on your weekend. Boop, bop, bop. It used to be
Oh shit! Like that was the
like
plan. Like that
it
was
was
the mission.
wild. Like, yeah, 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 yeah. Listen, man, like we was real aggressive, man. We was super aggressive, man. Like the environment, and this is just even in school. So like you can only imagine, you know what I mean, in the schoolyard, 3 o'clock, that's real time, you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like and you dealing with aggressive individuals, you know what I mean? Other people that's gonna like, you know, match your energy or whatever the case may be. So like, you know, it was lit, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I did a lot, man. Like I was you know, I started off, you know, a real good kid, but as you start learning the tricks of the trade, you start trying your hand and you start
Ah,
realizing, like, you know, oh snap, I kind of good at this. I could do this too. You know what I mean? And yeah, before you know it, you know what I mean? Like you hip to the ways of the world, man.
yeah.
And that's what it was for me, man. When I
Okay.
got to York, you know what I mean? I already had a whole sense of like, you know, how to navigate, you know what I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
and deal with things. So I
It's
was a little bit more advanced.
Yeah, it's crazy because, like, I think we talk about when we talk about people growing up or whatever, we talk about like formative years and like what impacts kids and how old. I mean, you're like, oh, yo, they're gonna remember this, they're gonna remember this. I really feel like now that, because I keep thinking about memories and stuff like that. Yo, the most critical, like some of the most critical years of how you gonna kind of view the world, it'd be like, it's not like, 5, 6, 7, it's like 10, 11, 12. Like those is the years where
Yeah,
you really like, and like, 13, 14,
yeah,
like those, right before you're a teen, like where you have that innocence a little bit, but like you still
yeah,
understand the world.
yeah,
Like that's, I mean. And so like, yeah, you came in, like I said, you had like 11, 12 years in Philly, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And you bringing that
yeah.
to your,
Mind you, I was like, you know what I mean? I really come from that era where, you know, your mom sends you to the store with a note, you know what I mean, to give you a
buy
pack of
cigarettes.
cigarettes and a
Yeah, yeah,
soda.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? When it was like pay phones, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
When it was like cigarette machines and when it was like a different, you know what I mean? I'm talking about soda machines, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
a lot of people don't even really see them no more. But like, yeah, man, I come from that era, that time, man. And it felt real good, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I learned a lot, man. Like just living and being a youth in Philadelphia, like I said, like even as a child, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I was hopping on the L with my little brother, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
going
yeah,
downtown to meet my mom, stuff like that. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, you know, I went to the type of schools that was, you know, making the news and shit. You know
Oh
what I mean? Like,
shit. Oh
and
shit.
you know what I mean? And that was pretty much for like my training grounds for how to, you know, interact with people and how to get things done and
Yeah.
how to communicate. It's where I learned how to like really perfect my rapping and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So
Like
what do
the
you
environment, I'm grateful for it.
yeah. So what do you think, like, and I asked Scrap this question too, like, what do you think your life trajectory, what would your trajectory be like? You know what I mean? If you stayed in Philly, like if you never came to York,
Man,
whatever. Cause
if I
I think,
never,
cause one thing that we talked about was like, he just was like, yeah, like York was never forecast for real. Like just in the sense of like, you had these bigger dreams. And then like, maybe at times you felt like, damn, man, I'm in this small ass town now. Like, how am I gonna break through? Cause you wanted to do music and whatever. And like, fam, and we're gonna talk about music, but it's like, bro, before you, like, I didn't know niggas in York rap. Like, you the one that, like, you are the one reason why I know that other people rap. I was like, and so you was the greatest rapper, like you, like person that I knew. You was the greatest rapper I knew. I was like,
yeah,
ain't nobody fuck with, like, can't nobody beat my brother. Like, can't
yeah,
nobody beat him and nothing. Like, I mean, and
yeah.
like, I didn't even know niggas in York and like locally. I didn't know niggas rapped at all. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yo,
when they
bro,
start rapping, like you,
listen. When I think back on this shit, right, it was crazy because like, you know, I was really young. I was
yeah,
really young, bro. And you know, I was like banging with grown men. Like I was like in a lot of spots and a lot of places, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, what is this little nigga doing here? And you know, I'm talking the biggest shit in the world, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I'm, you know, I'm ready and willing to go at it, all about, you know what I mean? Like just my passion, you know what I mean, behind my art and my craft, man. And you know, I really like kind of like I really want to say like I introduced a whole new generation of people to a whole flock of artists and things that nobody even knew was there.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Like because like the way I was moving and functioning around throughout the town, I wasn't held back by like no side. You dig what I'm saying? I
Facts.
wasn't
Talk about
confined
it.
to, yeah, I wasn't confined or restricted, you know what I mean, by none of that stuff. I didn't have none of that. Like originally, you know what I mean, when I moved to York, I lived out south side. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Like, so that's like where I ran around at and I started at. And, you know, I was willing to challenge anybody, you know what I mean, that had some bars. If you
Okay.
felt like you was dope, if you thought you was hard, you thought you was hot, I was going, you know what I mean, show you wasn't. That was my whole thing around that time. So anybody I met, big, little, old, young, you know what I mean, I was on the ass. And
I'm Jay Gutta, or I'm fucking, you know, and that was before
yeah,
Jay. That was before whatever, you know what I mean?
yeah. Man, I had so many pyro,
Pyro.
man,
I don't
like
think I remember
I had so
Pyro.
many like what I was like, yeah, like I had so many fucking names, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like it's hard, but I remember Blackout was my shit.
Yeah,
Blackout was my shit, man. Like, and that's
yeah.
what I used to do, man. I used to black the fuck out, man. Like, and really, like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I swear to God, I blacked the fuck out. Like, that was like my whole thing. It was like anytime, man. I remember one time I went on a field trip out there in York, you know what I mean? Like, this when I first like had gotten to the little school system out there. Like
Yeah.
I ran across some kids, you know what I mean, some other kids from another school. They was talking about rapping,
Yo, I
and I
think we was
blacked the
at the
fuck out.
Senators game. I think we was at the Harrisburg Senators game. I think I remember that,
Yeah,
fam. Like we was on a field
yeah,
trip. It was the whole because we was in the same kind of program. Y'all was in 8th grade though.
yeah,
We was, you know what I mean? Me
yeah,
and Scrap was in
yeah,
sixth
hell yeah,
grade. But yeah, we took a big trip. I
yeah,
remember we went
yeah,
to the Harrisburg, and that's a minor league baseball team. You know what I mean, out in Harrisburg, PA.
yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It
I do
was
remember
crazy,
that.
you know what I
We
mean?
was
Like,
we was mad, me and Scrap mad hype.
yeah,
Like,
listen, yo, listen, bro. Do you listen? When I think back on this shit, right? I think back and I'm like, damn, I was a kid. And even times like that, you know what I mean? Like I really like I blacked the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like I remember, if you remember, bro, we took the whole attention of the whole stadium.
yeah, yeah,
That's kind of like how a lot of things would happen for me, man. Like I just wouldn't even be trying. Like it was like I would be manifesting my own destiny, like while I'm actually walking. Like, you know,
yeah,
how sometimes people sit and think like I'm gonna do this or whatever. It's like while I would be moving, like this shit would be happening, you know what I
yeah,
mean? But
yeah.
yeah, man, I had a lot of rap names, man. Like I was always like trying to evolve and perfect you know what I mean, myself as an artist, trying to, you know what I mean, find myself in my image, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, and the person that I am to present to the world. So I
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
lot of rap names.
A lot of rap names, a lot of moments too. Like, so that moment stood out to me.
Man,
And you know, niggas might get mad at this, yo. I remember one of the greatest moments of my young life, man, in high school. You was outside of the barbershop, the
oh
battle.
shit, damn.
You versus Kwame. Now he's Kwame Katana. I don't even, what was his
Hey,
rap
shout
name
out
back
to
in?
boy.
Shout out, yeah, I mean, fam, you might have you shook up the dots, fam. Like you might have dismantled they whole, and
Shook
fam,
up the dots.
Rob is my man, Bless is my
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
And like I bring that up whenever I can. You know what I mean? I be like, yo, you remember
Yeah.
when Cass killed the whole dots? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Outside the barbershop on Pine and Princess,
Yeah. Yeah,
he had a
man.
battle.
That's why I used
He
to get my
smacked
hair cut
the
at.
young boys fucking fitted in the motherfucking middle of the street. Lemon head, like, you know what I mean? And then started battling all these niggas.
Yeah, man. And that's the way I was, man. I ain't gonna
Woo!
lie, man. I was like that, man. Like, and that was just like that was just one occasion, but that was like that was a big event because like that shit all started because you know what I used to host battles in the lunchroom.
Yeah,
I used to
yeah,
host battles in the lunchroom and shit. So like I was the guy that would bring all of the secret rappers out. Like everybody knew that I had rap. Everybody knew I was on some shit.
yeah,
So you know what I mean? I knew who all the rappers was. So I
yeah.
used to make them like bump heads, right? And I used to take side bets, you know what I mean? You know how I
Uh,
am. I'm good at like organizing people and things. And
yeah,
so I was
yeah.
like, all right, you know what I mean? I start organizing these little battles, right? So then Kwame was the only one that was popping shit. You know what I mean? He
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
only
yeah.
one that was on some like nigga, like who you think you is? You the only one that don't get the rap, nigga. Like fuck
Yeah,
out of here. Like
yeah.
so, I was like, all right, you know what I mean? Like So we set up a time. But this the thing, the battles in the lunchroom started getting so out of hand. I had to start going off the school grounds
Yep.
because I wasn't like going to class. I would just go to all the lunches and just I was going to all the lunches and just so all the rappers
Yo,
I
this
was
nigga
having niggas meet
crazy.
up and bump heads, you know what I mean? Because you know,
Yeah.
some kids don't want to be caught outside their classroom, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
give a fuck. I was wherever I wanted to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was hosting the battles. They banned me from school grounds with this shit. So we were supposed to just do it like out front of York High.
Yeah.
But like I said, they wasn't with it. Like I mean, so
Yeah.
like
And you would have thought it was a fight, like the wave of people
yeah,
that walked however many blocks
yeah,
down to the
yeah,
barbershop, whatever.
yeah. Yo,
Y'all,
listen,
y'all was in the middle of the. I feel like y'all was in the middle of the
we
street. Like I feel like y'all shut the street down. Like if my memory serves me correct, it was
no,
crazy.
the crowd, we yeah, no, the crowd definitely like was like in the street. We definitely like we had like a big turnout for that little event. Like, and you know, it was one of them things. Oh, you know what? And I was like, you know what, we going up here because I was like, I need a haircut. You know what I mean? So I used to get my haircut at that shop on Pine. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And you know, Brandon Marquette, that was my barber.
yeah,
So, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I need a haircut. Then I'm gonna, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do what I do.
yeah,
So it was crazy because mind you, I'm out there, mind you, I was doing a lot, bro. Like
yeah,
when I think back, I'm like, yo, I was kind of like tripping a little bit, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But
yeah,
like mind you, I'm doing a lot all at one time. Like I'm hustling, I'm making moves, I'm trying to smoke and all this shit, you know what I mean? Like, and I got this battle with this guy that we now know is Kwame Katana, you know what I mean? I remember thinking like, you know, I'm gonna just slaughter this guy. And when I noticed he had his on everybody. And you know, we always like friends. So it wasn't nothing for me to, you know, just jump in my bag and, you know, address everybody individually.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? But
yeah.
like, yeah, no, it was crazy. And he came through. He came through tough though. You know
He
what I
did,
mean?
he
Like,
did, he did.
yeah, he came through tough. He prepared, he was prepared, you know, he didn't take it lightly at all. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he definitely came through, you know what I mean? But at that time, you know what I mean, I just had the energy, I
Yep.
just had the aggression, and I wasn't letting nobody stop me. I wasn't trying to hear nothing from nobody, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, and I ain't have no fear in my heart, you know what I
Nah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just like, let's get it, let's go. But yeah, man, like that was definitely like that was a major event too around up for a lot of people, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
how I was though. If
Yep.
you came around me and you was talking that shit, I was gonna give you some smoke. I was
Yeah.
definitely gonna give you some work.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
word.
And another one other, and we're rapping, and I know you could take it another direction too. We could transition to some other things, but one thing that too stands out for me when it comes to your music and rapping is that double disc, man, that you came out with, bro. Like you changed the
Yo,
fucking game, yo, fam. Is there all
yo.
right now? That's an era where I mean, it's file sharing and saving files is different than now than it was then. Does any of
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff exist anymore? Is it anywhere? Can we ever find
Oh
it?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
For
Yeah,
real?
yeah. Well, it's not. No, I have it. You know what I mean? Like I have it, and you know what I mean. I have people who still have copies of that material. You
Oh
know what I
my
mean?
god, I
Like
need that, bro.
I have a few copies myself. You know what I mean? But like, that was an epic time. You know what I mean for me, man, because you know, and other artists in the town as well. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Because while I was, you know, making these moves, you know, the steps that I took to produce that double disc, you know, I was sharing with everybody, you know what I mean? I was recording with everybody, and I
yeah,
was
yeah.
trying my best to, you know what I mean, give everybody else a platform as well as myself. Like
Yep.
it all started because I got banned from every studio in the goddamn city.
Really?
That's yeah, that's how it all started. You know what I mean? Like I got banned
Damn.
from every studio in the city because I either had like some rap beef or like, you know what I mean, whatever beef, you know what I mean, with people, everybody
What?
who had a studio, you know what I mean? And you know how I was like real hype, real aggressive. So, you know, when people wouldn't like give me play to record or they would make me wait, you know what I mean, I used to always snap the fuck out. I felt like I felt like I had the ultimate pass, like to get out my way, nigga. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I felt like I could just tell people to move and you know what I mean? Like nigga, like I'm me, nigga, move, like you know what I mean? But it
Damn.
was one of them things where
Who
I
had you?
was
Well, who were some like what were some studios or who had you banned? Who wouldn't let you
nigga,
record, man?
nigga, nigga. Every studio at that time, anybody with a studio, you know what I mean? Like, and originally, you know what I mean? Like, some of us, you know, we started off as like friends. We was cool and shit.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? But like, you know, like everybody who was recording around that time, Native Son, the
Okay.
DJ 5053.
Okay.
Is it,
But
I
Twizzle, what about Twizzle? Did
Oh
Twizzle have
yeah,
you been?
Twizzle. Eventually, Twizzle. You know what I mean? Twizzle wasn't fucking with the kids. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but it
Damn.
was that time. You know what I mean? You know, I eventually, you know, what I mean, I found other resources, but
Yeah.
you
See,
know, they started.
I always thought you was a part of a like at one point in time. Wasn't you kind of like a part of a label or not a label, but
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you was
yeah,
an
yeah.
affiliated
Oh
like
no, I definitely had a movement, man. I had a whole movement, man. Like my whole movement, the ill life movement. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like that was definitely a powerful, a strong time. You know what I mean? A heavy influence. You know what I mean? Like and you know, it was like a little label type of thing. You know what I mean? We was like a group. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
had a little group. I had a rap partner, but
Yeah.
even before that, you
Do
know what
you
I
do
mean?
you all right,
Like
you just said rap partner like you ain't want to mention his name. Is that like are you not cool with it?
yeah, no, really,
Okay,
it
okay.
ain't even about that though. But you know
Okay.
what
All
I
right.
mean?
No, no,
Like,
I'm just
yeah,
yeah.
no. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. You know what I mean? But like,
Okay.
I always had rap groups. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
I always had like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Always
Yes.
had rap groups. Always had like groups of people like that was like flocking to me and what I was doing. And this kind of was no different. It was just, you know what I mean? Ultimately, you know what I mean? I got familiar with this rap crew, Caso and York. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, the little brother of one of the members, you know what I mean, me and him became friends, you know what I
Okay.
mean? And you know, we both was into music, you know what I mean? We was into like the same type of stuff. And ultimately, you know what I mean, like we kind of we did some collaborative music. We put out some efforts, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
together, you know what I mean? But you know, yeah, no, it was a dope time, you know what I mean? A lot of people remember that, like when you're that ill, like bitch, like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
will always look forward to that, you know what I mean? I remember like I would go to some places like people would be pulling up behind me, like banging that shit, you know what I
Yep.
mean? Like
Yep.
just different songs that I had. And I will go to like house parties and niggas be playing the songs and you know what I mean, shit
Yep.
like that.
Yep. Yep.
But no, it was major though. I felt like it was major, but
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
time the movement was ill life. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
yeah, no, we definitely put out a series of mixtapes and trying my best to be heard. You know what I mean. Invites to recording studios and sessions and other places than York because at the time, like I said, I wasn't getting along with a
Okay.
lot of engineers and you know what I
Yeah.
mean, artists and stuff like that. So you know what I mean, I started expanding outside and I started learning a little bit more about the technicalities of recording music. So like what
Yeah.
I did was I bought this 16 track recorder. Nowadays, everybody record music on the laptop. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
but
Okay.
what it is, like, you know how in the studio you see them big boards with all of the knobs and
Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I bought a mini version of that. I spent like 2 grand on that bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
Damn.
and went got some speakers, interface, mic, all this shit. And I pretty much I locked in for like a whole summer for real, for real. All I did was like smoke weed, you know what I mean, go run around, hustle a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I come through, have a little thing come through, do my little thing or whatever. But I was like locked in and I was just like trying to do my best to learn how to record myself and put it on a CD so I could ride around to that shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
was my whole motivation. And
Yeah.
then like at the end of that summer, I had like damn near 150 songs. Like, you know what I
Damn.
mean? Like I had so many songs recorded, like it was retarded. Like it didn't make no sense. Like, you know what I mean? I remember it be like just being up there by myself, or you know what I mean, like just being
was
up
this when
there
you
with
was
a
out east on
girl, or
Philadelphia Street, or
I'll
what?
be up there like 15 deep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you
Okay.
know, listen, yeah, you know, we'll be up there like 15 deep sometimes. We'll be
Yeah.
up there like heavy, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it might be just two of us, it might just be, you know what I mean, eight of us, you know what I mean? Like it was one of them type of things. So like
Okay.
I
Okay.
just was going crazy, man. And I remember like, and this was at the time where like, you know what I mean, like, you know, before Fiend, before like everybody, you know what I mean, like knew him as like Fiend or whatever, Z Rich, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, he had, people don't remember like he used to record my music and stuff back in the day,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Shout out to them or whatever. And Contempt, you know what I mean? Eventually, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? That was another studio. I burnt that situation out, you know what I mean?
Ah.
And yeah, 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 yeah. But you know, at the time though, you know, I was just, you know what I mean, how they say young, wild, and free.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? I may not have realized all the things that I was doing was a little bit too much. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes like, you know what I mean, the energy could be intense. It could be a little overwhelming for people, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But like yeah, but you know, my man, I recorded all these songs. I got with my man Fiend. I wasn't using no bank accounts or nothing. Like I gave him like a couple $1,000, probably like 12, $1,500. I don't even remember. You know what I mean? But like I just gave him this money. I was like, yo, I had the cover done. I had my man Elijah do the cover. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Shout out to
yeah,
yeah.
like I was using all like the resources available to me. A lot of people don't know, like I was originally supposed to move to Atlanta, like back then, like even way back then, you know what I mean?
Oh
I was
wow.
supposed to yeah, after I released that double disc, the plan was to move to Atlanta and all of that, but I ended up, you know, getting booked. But
Ah
anyway,
man.
I gave this money to Fiend. I had him order these CDs for me, you know what I mean? Next thing I know, like it was fucking like 40 boxes coming to my mom's house. Like just one day, the UPS man knocked on the door and he started bringing all these boxes. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I didn't realize I ordered like 20,000
Oh
CDs. Like,
shit.
I
What?
didn't realize what I had done. Yeah, bro. I didn't realize what I had done at all. I just was like, I had some money. I'm like, yeah, I rap. Like, let's go
Yeah.
hard,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
man. I ran around everywhere with that bitch. Yeah, I ran around everywhere with that bitch, all over York, Lancaster, Harrisburg, Coatesville, Williamsport. Like, I used to always be around a lot of people that was older than me. Even like
Okay.
as a
Okay.
young guy, like I always made friends with dudes that was older than me. You know what I mean? So that afforded me the opportunity to be in different places and
Okay.
different environments, even at an early age. I
Yeah.
got the chance to like move around and explore and then hurry up and come home, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
school or do whatever, you know what I mean? Like, so it was one of them things, man, where I was just like, you know, super passionate, man. Like
Okay.
I recorded 100 songs. I put out like 50 songs on each tape. You know what I mean? It was a double disc. It was a double disc. I paid for all the production, manufacturing, everything myself. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, and you know, I that was my shot. I was, you know, taking my shot, man. Like just trying to see, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what opportunities to bring me. And I really produced a lot of great results behind that effort. I remember you was with me when I got the phone number. Remember when I got the phone number
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
for
Oh
the
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
CD
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
Radio
Yeah.
Shack?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. I
Yeah,
do
remember
remember
when
that.
you got the joint, then you was locked in at Radio
Yeah.
Shack?
Then
That shit was
yeah, I do
epic,
remember
man.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how I. Yep. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That
That's
shit was fly. That
crazy.
shit was epic.
That's
Yeah, man. But
crazy.
like, I actually had a lot of people hit me up. I had a lot of connections come from behind that. You know what I mean? And what ended up happening was, you know what I mean, like eventually, you know, I started trying to bring people to York. You know what I mean? I started trying to introduce them to the talent that was in the area as well. You know
Okay.
what I mean? As so I could, you know, try to, you know, continue to perfect my craft and
Okay.
create
Okay.
opportunities for myself and other people. But yeah, man, like it was a dope time, man. Like it was just crazy. Like I said, at that time, I didn't have no idea really what I was doing,
Okay.
but I just
Yeah.
loved it so much.
Yeah.
Like I just went crazy. I put my all into it, man. Like I put everything into it, man. Like
Facts.
I had executives from Universal and stuff. Like it got to the point where, you know what I mean, like it'll be grown men going to my house, like knocking on my door, like
Damn.
asking for me. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like
shit.
it
Oh
started
shit.
getting to like that point, like, yeah, yeah, it started getting crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like I really had people who wanted to sit down with me and like try to invest with me and create opportunities.
So you know what I mean? I know I know you wanted to talk a little bit about the streets and things like that. And it's crazy, man,
Yeah,
because like, we came up, man, like, you know what I mean? And it was funny because, I think about those years too. Those are very formative years for me, you know what I'm saying? And, I don't know, the good guy, the good brother, you know what I mean? The goody, probably like and, I was
yeah,
outside too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we was
yeah,
out
yeah,
there, whatever. And, but it's crazy, man, because I just remember just certain things too, man. Like one thing I learned though is like the streets don't love you like you think it loves you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
and
Word.
certain things happen to us, man, when we outside, bro, that like certain people they don't have to experience that. Like certain cultures of people, they don't have to, experience these pockets of trauma and craziness. Like, man,
Yeah,
I remember, man, you was on like, oh 06, oh 07, whatever. You was like, I feel like you
yeah,
was on top of the world, bro. Like you had this CD out, you know what I mean? You
yeah,
had the car, you had the you had the girl, whatever. And then like
yeah,
you had something happen to you, man. Niggas try to blow up your whip, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the
yeah.
fuck is
Yeah,
that? Like, you
yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean? And then
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, and then you got into some trouble.
yeah, man. Like the best thing I tell people is like that, the streets and the industry and shit, the shit don't mix, man. You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
pick a side. You gotta choose a side. I chose a side, and I had to deal with consequences that come with it. But it came with some unfortunate hate, some misplaced hate. You know what I mean? And at the time, like I said, like I was young, I was wild, I was like, I mean, I was with all type of nonsense myself. So, I mean, when you got beef and people who don't like you, you know what I mean? Like, street shit happen, you know what I mean? And sometimes, you gotta leave street shit in the street, you know what I mean? But like, what it was a rat. It's right ass motherfucker, man. Like somebody who hated, you know what I mean, the progress that I was making, the steps that I was taking. You know what I mean? Like this person took it upon themselves, you know what I mean, to try to sabotage whatever little thing I was doing, you know what I mean, to provide for myself, you know what I mean, or to, create a better opportunity for myself. So,
yeah, yeah,
motherfucker tried to set me up or whatever. And, unfortunately, it didn't really go how, he wanted it to go. And that was a blessing for me, you know what I mean? And had I known the things I know now, I would have never been a victim of that situation
oh
with
really?
being incarcerated and stuff like that. But I mean, because really, like, the whole thing was illegal and it was bogus. I never actually did anything. You know what I mean? It was just one of them type of things where, somebody was pursuing me and, they took advantage of an opportunity to approach me. And doing so, you might have found, something, what I mean, that wasn't supposed to be there.
Yep, yep,
So,
yep.
and that was kind of like what happened, but even before then, what I mean, I kind of had like my reputation was tarnished a little bit as being kind of like a troublemaker, being confrontational and things like that. So, what I mean, like, it's that type of stuff that may keep people from, doing business with you or making a connection with you or being able to lock in how they want to, what I mean? But like with that situation, it was just extremely unfortunate because I was making progress, what I mean, in the area that I love a lot, what I
Yeah,
mean, and then everything, kind of had to stop, what I mean, and then with that situation as well, in the midst of that, having a child on the
yeah,
way,
yeah,
and what I mean, just being a young man, and if you don't have any influences and no guidance, it's hard to like, keep you on a certain path or focus your attention fully into what I mean, one thing solely. So,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know, I caught a little charge. I had to go sit down. You know what I mean? I did my little time like a man or whatever. You know what I mean? And when I got out, I had to, reapproach life, you know what I mean? And try to gain that momentum back, that I had from beforehand.
yeah, yeah,
But in the midst of this, it's a lot of events that's happening. And when you involved in the streets and a certain lifestyle, you know what I mean? There's a lot of events going on with myself, my friends, you know what I mean? Like different things, you
Yeah.
know, that are definitely become a distraction, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like what ended up happening, you know what I mean? Like you take that left, you know what I mean? And
Yep.
you know what I mean? And that's kind of where it went, you know what I mean? So,
Damn.
you know, as time moved on, you know, I learned to progress, you know what I mean? And, you know, get back, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like I ain't let it affect me. I try to, you know, hit the ground running and keep it moving. But, you know, I was been getting in trouble like before that, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like had not had that in my mind of like, you know, this ain't nothing to me or
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have been able to avoid even that situation that, you know, at that time where I was like kind of maybe at my peak, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
held
Yeah.
back, you know what I mean?
It was
But,
crazy too because like
you
yeah,
know,
like you was ahead of us, yeah, I mean, in terms of just you was the first to experience all this type of stuff. So like we, yeah, I mean, think about
yeah,
me and Scrap, like we had no way to like help you or like, yeah, I
yeah, yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
or guide, you know, help you get through it. Like now, if we was older and this stuff happened, we would, you know, have a little more
Yeah,
experience in this. But like, yeah,
yeah.
we were young
No, I
boys. Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
but you know, I'm the oldest. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm the oldest, and that's the thing. That's the thing too. You know what I mean? When you're the oldest child, you know what I mean. A lot of people don't talk about that, but you know, you got a lot on your name. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
when you're the eldest of your siblings, you know what I mean. Like you got a lot of responsibility on you. You know what I mean? When it comes to, you know, the person that you are in the public, you know what I mean, as well as, you know what I mean, at home, you
yeah,
know what I mean? But like, you know, it was one of them type of things. So, you know, just being like the oldest, being not being afraid to take risks, you know
yeah.
what I
Nah,
mean? Like
definitely
even
not.
at an
Definitely
early
not
age,
afraid to take no
yeah,
damn risks, bro. Like,
yeah, you know what I mean? Even at an early age, you know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, things didn't work in my favor. Like I remember, I remember when I first came to New York, like one of the first times I got in trouble was, you know what I mean? Remember when I got into that fight and I bust the boy head? You know what I mean? And
oh, right next to the crib when you beat him
yeah,
up on the car.
yeah,
Fam,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
crazy, bro. I ain't never seen
No, no,
nobody.
no, no, no,
Oh, all
no,
right, all
no.
right.
And see, that's the thing. And that's the thing a lot of people don't realize. Like they always thought I was like tripping or crazy or whatever, but they don't understand. Like I came from an environment where like that's like the normal like thing, that aggression, the way you
Yeah.
approach things sometimes. And you know what I mean? Like I remember like it was like a little bit after like I had came to New York. I had got
Yeah.
into this fist fight with this kid and he fell and he hit his hand on the ground, had his head on the ground, and you know what I mean, they was talking about trying to charge me with attempted murder or whatever.
Oh
And that was the
shit.
first time like I was faced with like a serious consequence
Yeah.
for my actions, you know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
shit.
and it's like, you know, when you're young and you know, you just, you know, you fight, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And stuff like that started helping to shape my mentality. Like, you know what, you can't approach everything with the same level of aggression, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Or you know what I mean, you can't try to keep remedying your problems, you know what I mean, with violence. So um it was even stuff like that, like early on,
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
helped me, you know what I mean, that kind of held me back. But at the same time, you know what I mean, it was all in the evolution of the person I came to be, so that I could, you know what I mean, be able to bring it to people nowadays and verbalize it, you know what I
Okay.
mean, and actually bring some understanding to it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean, it was just a lot of different stuff. Like even when I was in school, I got in trouble for fighting two cops, you know what I mean? Like it was
Oh
some nonsense. Yeah, like you know what I
oh
mean? Like
shit.
I got it. Like I was really one of the only kids that had like a PO, like coming to the class, like you know what I mean? Like
Oh shit.
yeah, like
That's
bullshit like that, you know what I mean? Like, but I had a lot of events though, man. I had a lot of like really, I ain't gonna lie. Nowadays, if kids did the shit that I did, man, yeah, it's be in a lot of trouble
yeah,
nowadays.
yeah, 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 yeah. Like
Like
they
the
didn't know
shit
how to
that,
really deal with the shit back in the day.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Don't do the shit. The shit that I was doing.
yeah,
Oh, listen, man. You
yeah,
could not get away with that shit now. You're gonna make national headlines.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it was one of those times, man. And you know, my main focus was the music the whole time.
Yep,
You
yep,
know what I
yep.
mean? Like I would get in trouble and you know, I would try my best to bounce back. And I'm thankful for real for all of the people who let me record and work with them, even up until maybe times where we may had not agreed and
Yep.
fell out. because even like places like Twizzle, I remember I was on house arrest. You know what I mean, for
Yeah.
fighting the two cops, and I couldn't go to the studio. Only time I had was when I would skip school and go to Twizzle House.
Okay. Okay. So
I would
so
skip
like
school, go to Twizzle House and smoke and just
yeah.
rap.
So like your fallouts, would it always be based off of you being aggressive? Like, is that how you burn your bridges? Cause you're not the type to talk too much. Like you ain't. I can't see
Yeah,
you getting into no issue because you said like you was talking behind. You know how like it'd be petty shit nowadays.
nah,
Yeah, I mean, like, was it
yeah.
always based on your aggression? Is that?
Yeah. I
Oh
would say
shit.
so. But at the time, though, when you're young, I was like ignorant. You know what I mean? I ain't understand a lot of that. So, yeah. But now when I look back at it, yeah, I was definitely at fault a lot of times. You know what
Oh
I mean? Like,
shit.
yeah, you know what I mean? I was
Like, I'll
definitely
fuck you up. Like, and yo, that's the thing too. If you and y'all hearing him talk now, yo, Cass, I mean, big bro, he
yeah,
got
yeah,
the most aggressive delivery in the world. Like, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
and I grew up in the house with this guy, man. Like,
yeah,
and just like, beat me up
yeah.
probably, like, you know what I mean, beat me and
Nah,
scrap up, like always fight. Like, and like, you know what I mean, we talking about fighting, like, you know what I mean, ain't no just
yeah,
tussling. Like yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah.
ain't want to mess with him, man, because yeah,
Yeah, nah.
he would take it there. Yeah.
I definitely wanted everybody to be strong, man.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and that was the thing. Especially it was certain times, man. Like if you was around us, you definitely would have to rumble, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
one of
Yeah.
them things, man. Like,
Yeah.
and now when I think back on it, it was really like I don't know why I was training soldiers or something. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I
you
don't
really
know.
was, man. You
Yeah,
really were. Yeah,
yeah. I
yeah. I
don't know
remember.
about why,
I
but
remember you held me down out west, and then
yeah,
then that
yeah.
the problem came out
Always.
east, and I had to do my
Yeah,
thing. Yeah,
yeah.
like
Nah, yeah, I was always like that though, you know what I mean? Very
yeah,
protective, you know what I mean? But I wasn't able to verbalize myself like I am now, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
Like I said, like we were saying earlier, like just eventually after I made it through, certain unfortunate circumstances, I ended up, going to Cali and
yeah. So
being
yeah,
involved in the music industry and shit.
yeah. So talking about that. So you just mentioned it, and that's a good transition. What I mean, you talked earlier about taking risks, and you talk about your love for music and things like that. Yo, man, talk about how did you when did you go to Cali? Like when did you first go to Cali, and what pushed you? Because like I said, you went through so
Let
much
me think.
stuff. You went through
Let
so
me
much
think.
stuff that kind of held you back, you know what I mean? And you could have gave up, man. You could have gave up, but you decided, yo, fuck it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, I ain't got nothing to lose at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, I really didn't have nothing to lose. You know
I'm
what
gonna
I
take it
mean?
to the I'm
Yeah,
gonna take my shot.
yeah. And sometimes you got to get to those points to test yourself and see what you made of. But yeah,
Okay.
I ain't have nothing, and I was like willing to risk it all. That was like my whole like mind state at the time, and it really like how I was saying, like a lot of stuff. I lived out my wildest dreams by accident. You know what I mean? Like
Wow,
a lot
wow.
of stuff that I've done, like what I mean. It wasn't intentional. It wasn't planned. It was really taking the risk and putting myself in places at the right time. So
Yeah.
what ended up happening was, what I mean, like I met this girl, what I mean, she was from York, what I mean, she lived in California, what I mean, and what I mean, we started, what I mean, a little, talking thing, and it was just like a random like opportunity type of thing. It was really
Ah.
supposed to be. I think I was really only supposed to go to California for like a weekend or something, like a week or something. And what it was crazy because at the time, I was involved in the streets and stuff.
Yep.
And it was like crazy stuff kept happening back to back. You know what I mean? And while I was on the phone with this girl, you know what I mean, like somebody started shooting at me, you know what I mean? And I dropped the phone, you know what I
What?
mean? Yeah, yeah. Somebody started shooting at me. So
Ah.
look, so I dropped the phone. But then when I came back and got the phone, she was still on the phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this shit not cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you need to get out of this shit. You know what I mean? And then
Ah.
a little while after that, I lost my friend Cash. You know what I mean? Some random act of violence. You know what I mean? And
Damn.
at the time, while I'm becoming, like familiar with the situation, it was kind of like one of them situations where it was more like, you know, I really felt as though I needed to remove myself, you know what I mean? Because, you know, it was like getting too close, you know what I mean? Like a lot of bad things was happening and it was like really getting like too close to me. And it was all kind of unfolding. Well, you know how it is. And when you
Yeah.
early on, you like somebody, you're on the phone, you try to spend as much time as you can,
Yep.
you know, getting familiar. And I end up taking this trip, man. And you know, I took this trip and you know, it was like nothing I ever seen before, like in my
Yeah.
life, you know what I mean? Like, mind you, I had no like intentions on this or none of that, you know what I mean? I remember at the time I just had cash. I didn't even like, you know what I mean? I wasn't even using bank accounts and stuff for that. I'm
Yeah.
still using fireproof safes and shoe boxes and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I went and got some fucking some Visa debit cards and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm loading them up, you know what I mean? Like, you
That's
know, and
crazy.
yeah, man, I got out there, you know what I mean? I got my first weed card, I smoked on the beach, all that type of stuff, man. And it was another culture shock, another
Yeah.
culture
Yeah.
shock.
Yeah.
I had to find my own way, you know,
Okay.
I had to
Okay.
find my own way, you know what I mean? Like, um, I didn't have any connections or
Yeah. Yeah.
nothing like that. I didn't like
How
know
long
what
was you out there? How long was you out there?
I was out there probably like 6 years. I was out there
You
probably
was out
like
there that
five,
long?
six
All
years.
right. So what year? Let's
I'm
give us
trying
a
to think. I'm
timeline.
trying to think what because oh, hold on. I think I was out there like 5 years. I was out there like 5 years
Okay.
because I had graduated from college out there in I think 2016, 2017, something like that.
Wow. Yeah, I
Like
would
this
say
was
maybe
like
from 12 to 17, maybe.
it's
Like,
something like that. Yeah, yeah, it's something
okay,
like that.
damn, you was
Yeah,
out there that long.
yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was you with
It
the
was some
shorty that whole time?
nah,
Wow. So
nah.
so you lost the shorty. I don't know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
then you had to just make a way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So ultimately, you know, the thing didn't work out. But you know, I just, you know, I hit the ground running, man. Like the
Yeah.
truth is, like, at the time I was staying in, you know what I mean, in the jungles of Baldwin Village, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't know, like that's like where they shot Training Day at, where you
Okay.
see all the
Okay.
hood niggas at the
Yeah,
buzz,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So people started getting familiar with my face a little bit and you know, going to the corner store and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So one day I rolled up like 7, 8 L's and I walked straight up the street to where I used to always see niggas posted at. You know what I mean? So as I'm walking up the street, niggas looking at me like I'm all crazy and shit. You know what I mean? But when I finally made it up to where niggas was at, you know what I mean? I stopped and I introduced myself. Yeah, but you know, eventually I end up staying out there all night. You know what I mean? Like I end up staying out there all night. Like niggas end up showing me a lot of love. You know what I mean? Like
Okay, okay.
to the point where you know what I mean. Like you know niggas vibe and listen to music. I actually met the first time I met Nipsey was out in Baldwin Village Project was in the J's.
Oh,
That's the first time I met Nipsey. You know what I mean? Like
first
for
time. So
real.
you
Like
met him multiple times?
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
shit.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. That was the first time. The first time I met Nip was in Baldwin Village Projects, you know what I mean? And this was after like how I just said, like I walked up the street and then niggas was fucking with me. Like I mind you, I was on niggas' pages and everything. Niggas taking pictures with the Philly ball. Like, I remember when I first met Nip, he looked me up and down like he thought I was one of them. Like he was making sure I wasn't like one of them, you know what I mean? Like but
Oh,
he was in the all blood neighborhood, you know what I mean? Like,
okay, okay.
and then I met him again in the Fox Hills Mall. You know what I mean? Like I approached him, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, bang, bang, bang. And that was the time that I really let him know I know his catalog
Yeah,
and I'm really like a fan of his music and
yeah.
the environment that I'm from.
Okay,
You
okay.
know what I mean? So and then after that I met him again in DJ Quick studio, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Like
okay.
it was a situation where I had this homie who was a producer and you know what I mean, I was rolling with him. And when I get in there, it's Nipsey Hustle and Dom Kennedy. You know what I mean? And
Oh shit.
yeah, and Nip was telling me like, yeah, like he remembered my voice. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Him and Dom was there, you know what I mean? Like, man, I've been around so many people, it's crazy, you know what I mean? And like I said, like a lot of this shit was by accident. Like I
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
going around looking for Nipsey Hustle. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah, yeah.
that wasn't like my intentions at all, you know what I mean? But
That's
like
crazy.
yeah, man. Like, yeah, man. It was just dope shit like that. Just being out there. Like, like I said, I took the risk. And once I
Yeah.
tapped in with the community, you know, I started trying to manifest opportunities for myself.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
what I mean? And so eventually I got familiar with the lay of the land. I realized, like, you know, where I was at. I pinpointed my locations and I started just exploring the whole fucking town, man. Like
Okay.
the whole South Central Los Angeles, Hollywood.
Yeah.
Eventually that's what I ended up doing, you know what I mean? Like it was crazy because when I was out there, I had a connection the whole time and I didn't realize it, bro. I knew this guy, right? His sister lived near Venice Beach, right? Peep
Yeah.
game. This how you know shit was like almost destined for me to just fall into these things.
Okay. Okay.
His sister had married this Persian guy, like this millionaire motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay. Yeah.
so like they rich as shit. So like at one of my lowest times, you know what I mean? Like I'm in California. I just fell out with this relationship. I'm getting known in the hood a little bit, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like they gave me a little place to stay, they let me rock out, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And they afforded me the opportunity to go to school.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? So what I did was I enrolled in this course for audio engineering, like media production,
Okay.
and that the Los Angeles Film School. So it's this school right on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. So for like 2.5 years straight, I'm in Hollywood every day. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
single fucking day. You know what I mean? Like I'm going from right here near the beach to Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
every single day. You know what I mean? Or I'm in the hood, or I'm in, you know what I mean, the Jets. You know what I mean? Fuck with my young boy Frankie B and them. You know what I mean? Shout out to my young boy Frankie B. That's my youngin', man. Like,
Yeah.
man, eventually he ended up taking the same course as me. But you know what I mean? People like that, man, is kind of who opened the door for me, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
if it
Yeah.
wasn't for dudes like Frankie and them, you know what I mean, like embracing me and shit, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't have been able to move around and, you know
Yeah.
what I mean, do a lot of things that I did, you know what I mean, in these communities, you know what I mean?
Bet.
For real, for real.
That's wild. That's wild.
Seriously.
So then, all right. So you're in California, whatever, and then when did you come back? Why did you come back? Because I know
Um,
that's a part of you that like you've been wanting to get back there. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like I
hell
know
yeah.
that's in you. Like you're not
Yeah.
once you've seen it, you feel like you've seen the world. Now you want to get back. So what brought you back, man? Is it
Yeah.
family? Was it something
Yeah, most
happened? Or
certainly. It definitely was family. You know
okay, okay,
what I mean? I definitely I have a son in the world. So, you
yes,
know, being on the West Coast and, you know, having to commute back and forth, be a father, you still can't miss no birthdays. You can't miss no Christmases. You
yeah,
know what I mean? So, you know, doing your best to put a maximum effort towards your child and at the same time, what you're passionate about, you know what I mean? Ultimately, it led me back to Pennsylvania, you know what I mean? But mind you, this is after I like I said, like I lived out a lot of my wildest dreams by accident, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Because getting with my homie, you know what I mean, and getting into school, that afforded me the opportunity to really learn about audio production, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And I got to move and groove through a lot of different studios and get to be around a lot of like big people, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean, Waka Flocka, Wiz Khalifa, Faith Evans, you know what I mean?
man.
Like Keri Hilson,
What you
Ashanti,
met Keri?
you know what I mean? Like
You met
just dope
Ashanti?
ass people. Yes, bro. Yeah. Yes, bro. Yes, man. And that's really
Man,
where
what is she
I
like in
learned my
real? Is
code of
she
conduct.
really like that in real life?
Yo, she's
Like,
petite, she's a little thing, she's beautiful though, man. Like
you
Ashanti
know,
one
you
bad
know that
motherfucker.
that's we
Listen,
talked about the.
listen, I thought Keri Hilson was Beyonce when
Oh
because
yeah, yeah, she do
I
got
was
that in
working
her.
in the
Yeah,
studio.
yeah,
Listen, I was working in the studio. I was working in Paramount Recording, right? And they didn't tell me who I'm going into the session with. You know what I mean? But ultimately, like
and
it's
and
one of
this
them
is while
things.
you're
Like I
in
said,
school. This is while you're in school.
yeah, yeah, yep,
Wow,
yeah.
wow.
So ultimately, like yeah, like what happened was they didn't tell me who I'm gonna be in the session with. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like and that's where I was saying I learned my code of conduct, well, how to deal with like, you know what I mean, like celebrities and people in high up positions and things like that. Because you know what I mean, it was a requirement. You can't be on some take out your phone and come on, I need a picture
nah,
and da, 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 da.
yeah,
Or
yeah. You got
if you tweeting, I'm in the studio with Ashanti right now, you know what I mean? Like you violating clauses and contracts
NDAs
and
and
things like that.
yeah.
And that shit is undesirable. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to this whole industry, because as a celebrity, you expect some sort of privacy. And if you're
Yeah.
involved in the production or creation, you're supposed to understand that. And if you're not protecting that veil of privacy, that should get you boom out the fucking way.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good lesson, man.
Studio managers not going for that. You know what I mean? The people who run these facilities, the lead audio engineers and things like that. No, they're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
going for
yeah,
that.
yeah. You're
Keep your
giving away property, intellectual
yeah,
property. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Keep your phone away. You don't be notifying nobody about no dates or nothing or locations you was at with any person, because you can't date their material they're creating. And like I said,
Yes.
you don't want to violate, you know what I mean, certain opportunities. And like I said, you develop that reputation, you
Uh,
won't be around.
Man, yeah. So only the artist can tell you, like, yeah, I made that 3 years ago. Like, you can't
Yeah.
have nobody leak that shit. Yeah,
Yeah, and you don't want nobody to know that. And that's the thing people forget about music is timeless. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
like I could put out a song from last year today. It's
yeah,
brand new, it's fresh to you. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But this shit was dope though. This shit was lit like a motherfucker, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was one of the greatest risks I ever took in my life. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And mind you, like I really got to navigate through like Hollywood and LA. Like, you know what I mean? Like I did everything. I hustled, I worked, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
recorded, you know what I mean? And mind you, you know me, bro. I'm not like a super computer savvy guy. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
okay.
So once I broke into this whole uh audio thing, I didn't know anything. I didn't know nothing.
Oh, see, I felt like you. All right, I didn't realize that you didn't like. Yeah,
Bro, I
because
didn't I
yeah.
didn't know shit about no programs or no nothing, bro. I didn't know shit. You know what I
Ah,
mean? That's why I'm thankful for dudes like my man, I call him Young Julio, or my man Dave Cash. I really learned like production and like audio media. Like I learned a lot from him, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
And when I was going through these things, right, I didn't realize I was learning as much as I was learning,
Okay,
because
okay.
I didn't know shit. And actually, back to like my mixtape efforts and shit that I put together, I had opportunities on the table and people that was fucking with me. And the reason I got into audio for real is because people was telling me my quality was trash.
Oh shit,
People
yeah,
was telling me that my quality was trash, bro. So I had people that they was loving the energy. I was delivering. I had concepts, hooks, all of that type of shit.
yeah.
But I remember executive at Warner Brothers told me that I had did this mixtape, and he told me I need to go re-record the whole mixtape.
Damn.
And mind you, like I'm so cocky, I'm so arrogant. I'm like, the fuck out of here, dickhead. Like, hear that shit you talking
Yeah,
about, you know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
But at the time, like I really needed to re-record the mixtape. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
But
yeah.
you know what I mean? I wasn't trying to hear it. So when I finally realized that I had lost the opportunity, you know what I mean, and I need to try to preserve it,
Yeah,
the only thing I could do and the only resources I had was enrolling in this program. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And it was one of the best, like I said, the best risks I ever took in my life, because I ended up getting to be around, you know what I mean, like Grammy award-winning, Grammy nominated producers,
Yeah.
audio engineers. Like I got friends that songwriters at Sony, ATV, and Atlantic, and all type of things like that. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I've even played people in York their music before. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
I've played, you know what I mean, people's music in front of, you know what I mean, other people, you know what I mean, like in different cities and different environments and things like that. So, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I started putting myself more in a position where I started learning how to conduct myself behind the scenes
Okay.
versus being in the forefront, being a rapper and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So all right, man. We gotta one last topic, man. We gotta kind of wrap it up.
Hey.
I know because it's we've been going for a minute. So all right, man. So you're back. I don't know, man. Recently, man, you got into something. I don't know what you could talk about with that. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
really can't though, because
Okay.
it's an open
Oh, but
situation. But what I
okay.
can say though, what I
So
can say is
I
if
was
you
okay. Now I
oh
was gonna
good.
ask you. So one thing, because talking with bro, you know what I'm saying, talking with Scrap. you know, and I'm thinking that certain things happened or discoveries happened like because he talked about mental health, whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously us on the sidelines, we knowing you, we grew up with you, you know what I mean? We knew something
Yeah.
was, you know, going on with you, but I don't know like what it exactly is. So I don't want to like, you know,
Yeah.
assume or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what? So you know, talking about mental health, man, and you know, it's a good thing, I guess, now that we are talking about this stuff because I think sometimes people downplay stuff and they like, oh, people just they act like people are doing stuff for attention, but it's like, yo,
Yeah.
people are literally going through things that we never could explain before. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like, it's a new day, man. So like,
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah.
if you want to touch on that a little bit, man.
What I learned, you know what I mean, about myself and many others, you know, is, you know, sometimes, you know, life, you know what I mean, life is hard, you know what I mean, life gets rough, you know what I mean, and sometimes you got to deal with events that's hard to cope with, you know what I mean, and when you dealing with certain things, you know, that's extremely unexpected, you know what I mean, and you already a certain type of person that approaches life a certain type of way, like even teachers used to say, like, you know, I move to the beat of my own drum. I
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of always been a little bit on my own type of time, you know
Okay,
what I mean? And that's because, you know what I mean, like I'm extremely inquisitive, you know what I mean? Like kind of maybe even a little paranoid at times, you know what I
okay.
mean? Sometimes, you know what I mean, like some people would say I like to be in control. Like if you ever notice, you know what I mean, like I'm really good at like organizing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah.
know what I mean, myself, people, shit like that. And you know what I mean? It just all comes with, you know what I mean, like, you know, sometimes when you go through certain things, you know, you develop a different level of awareness, you know what I mean? And you got to be conscious of what you're going through mentally, you know what I mean? Because you know, you make yourself vulnerable to like breakdowns or you know what I
Okay.
mean, or putting yourself through things that you know what I mean that you don't need to go through. Way.
Were you not open to talking about those things before? Or you just feel like you just never had the opportunity to do that?
Yeah, nah, I definitely was never open to speaking about it because you know what I mean, you always wanna you know what I mean, everybody wants to, you know, seem normal. Everybody, you know,
Normal,
wants to be
yeah.
okay.
Normal,
You know what
whatever,
I mean?
normal, yeah.
That's the goal. Yeah, exactly. Uh yeah, no, as far as mental health, I just want to say though that everybody needs to be aware of what they dealing with, you know what I mean, with their situations. Sometimes when you feel a certain type of way, you need somebody to talk to, you
Yeah.
need somebody to vent to, and you need to be secure in the fact that you can do that, you know what I mean? So I want to tell everybody, you know what I mean, like you know, life gets hard. You know what I mean? We go through things, you know what I mean? Sometimes you get overwhelmed. And you know what I mean? Like a lot of times I might have had misplaced anger or aggression, you know what I mean? Because I didn't really understand what I was going through, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know what I mean, like it get crazy because a motherfucker will tell you anything to give you a prescription or some pills,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But you really got to be willing to open up, you know what I mean? And like I said, pursue, you know what I mean, the best version of you,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, so that you could conquer, you know what I mean, any things that you may be going through mentally. You know, just trying to better myself, you know what I mean? And
That's
other
good,
people.
man. Yo, man, I see the growth, man. And you know, we're gonna have to, you know, we're gonna have to talk off camera at some time and
Yeah, yeah,
we're
hell
gonna
yeah.
probably have to run it back, man. I think we're gonna have to do a brother,
Yeah, listen,
you
listen.
know, a
Yeah, we
brother
definitely
episode,
gotta,
us three, man.
yeah, that'll be hard as fuck. That'll be
Yeah, we got
hard
to
as
do
shit,
that,
bro.
man. Like
Yeah,
stories, and I mean, good. You had good stories here. I ain't gonna
yeah.
lie. I thought you was gonna drop some more names. I didn't know because
Nah,
you was coming with that
yeah.
energy. I was like,
Yeah, see, yeah.
oh,
And see,
look.
this the thing, you know what I mean? I'm thinking like, you know what I mean? I was thinking of, you know what I mean? But I really like, I was like, all right, dropping a whole bunch of names and shit. That shit ain't really gonna do nothing, you know what I mean?
Nah, true. And I'm not. I
For
wasn't.
myself, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I wasn't encouraging you to do it, but you came at me. I was like, oh
Yeah, no,
shit.
no. Yeah. But you know, I definitely was thinking about, you know what I mean, bombing on some motherfuckers, but it's kind of hard. I was really trying to find a leeway to curve in
Yeah,
that
okay,
direction.
yeah, because
You know what I mean?
I didn't know how because you was like, yeah, yo, how you, but I don't know what you was gonna say, so I'm like, I don't know what the fuck, like,
No, but it's mostly about, you know what I mean, just these motherfuckers is rats, man, and they not loyal, man, and they not trustworthy, man. all that brother gang shit. That's just you know how I am about the people I fuck with. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you fuck with somebody I fuck with, you know what I mean, then it's all love. If my people say fuck you, then I'm like, fuck you all the way. And
Yeah.
ain't no
Yeah.
debate, and ain't no question mark on that shit. Like I always tell motherfuckers, I didn't grow up with niggas. I grew up around niggas.
Not round
You
niggas.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, just be true, be honest.
Yep.
Because if you're a fucking rat, tell the kids you're a fucking rat. Let the kids
You think
know.
they go tell what? How do you even say that? Yo, I'm a rat. I'm an informant for the. I mean, what the fuck? What did you talk about? Like, what did you talk?
Yeah, listen. No, but seriously, I feel like if you feel like you made a decision and you couldn't handle the consequences, right? You took this certain route. Don't present yourself as if
All
you
right,
still
that's
sturdy and
different. Yeah, all
street,
right,
or you ready for whatever.
yeah, that's true. But nah, I don't think niggas is about to start telling people that
Yeah.
they're rats. I mean, I don't think that's
Listen,
wise either. You know what I
tell
mean?
the kids,
Niggas
tell the
goes,
kids what you did. Let them know you couldn't wear that shit, and
yeah,
that's why they should stay out the streets.
they have the
Let your
street. Yeah, yeah,
story
that
be
should
an
be the
example
story.
for them.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
I mean
yep.
that's what I'm saying. You know what I
Okay,
mean? Like when you tell the story, tell the true, real story. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
let it be known. You know what I mean? Because you might really save a life, and
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
it's about. You
That
know
is
what I
what it's
mean?
about.
And I don't have no respect for you. And I don't, yeah, that's all. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of things like that. But I always be letting it be known, like, not everybody, not all your childhood friends are gonna be your adulthood friends. Not everybody gonna grow with you. And when you're moving
Facts,
in life, everybody can't go with you. So
facts.
just you gotta remember that shit, man. Like, and it's the things that come with the streets and the environment. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody is going to be true and authentic to what they claiming. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yep.
that's the reality of it.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Yo,
Yeah,
man. Good conversation, man. Yo, man, I don't know,
yeah.
cause
Hopefully, there's some heat, man.
it's definitely some heat on here. It's definitely some good content on here. Yo, fam, where can people find you, man? 'Cause I know you low key, but do you want people to find you?
Yeah. Ultimately, you know what I mean? If you're looking for me, you know what I mean, you know how to get a hold of me, you know what I mean?
Okay,
But
okay.
yeah, man, like I'm not really into like the fame thing and all of that shit. That's not really like the route that I'm pursuing. I just love to create, you know what I mean? Like, and if you look for music or anything from me, just look up Big Bro. You know what I mean? That's all. You know what I mean? Like that's what you're gonna find me under. Any other name, you know what I mean? Any other works and all of that, whatever. You can enjoy them however you want to. But
Yeah,
as far as anything like up to date, you know what I mean, relevant and stuff like that, all you gotta do is look up Big Bro and I'm gonna pop up. You know what I mean? Like, and that's mostly just that defines like my persona, like who I am. Always been like a big brother type of figure to like a lot of people, you know what I mean?
definitely.
Like
Definition
so,
of
you
a
know what I
big
mean?
brother for real. Definition of a big
Yeah,
brother,
yeah,
man. You
yeah.
know what I'm
You know what I
saying?
mean? I
Like,
definitely try my best. I could have been better at times, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
at this point in time, you know what I mean? Like I could offer the best of my services and the best of myself, you know what I mean? And in a lot of areas, I'm big bro, you know what I mean? Like
yep,
I put a lot of people on, man. Like a lot of people seen they first whatever, you know what I mean, in the name of me. A lot
yep,
of people been in their first recording sessions. A lot of people seen their first pound. A lot of
yeah,
people seen
yeah.
they, you know what I mean, first 250 grams of, you know what I mean?
Oh
Like
shit. Oh
a
shit.
lot of people saw their first $1,000 in the name of me, you know what I mean? Like,
Uh
and that ain't even like the major scale of it, you know what I mean? Mind you, I've been on both sides of this goddamn country and I
yep.
did a lot. I covered a lot of ground. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just about being able to offer the best of my knowledge and my experiences and the feelings and things like that to people to help them get through. And you know what I mean? I'm big bro all day. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
guarantee
yeah.
you, your favorite rapper, anybody you look up to in YC, if they from my time, my era was around me, I'm definitely big bro. When
Big
they come,
bro.
you know what I mean? I'm your big bro. For real.
Talk about it. Talk
Yeah,
about it. Talk
seriously
about
though,
it.
because I really am him, but I don't be bragging, you know what I mean? Like I had my days where I was extremely cocky and
Yeah,
arrogant.
man. Yo, if y'all still watching the podcast, man, I need you to hit the like and subscribe button.
Most certainly.
Definitely, you know what I mean? Share it with a friend, share it with your loved
Yeah, you
ones, you
better.
know what I mean? Share it with your big bros, you know what I mean? because you're gonna learn something from my big bro, man.
Little sis, little bro. Yes, share
yeah,
this joint, man. And we got great things coming in the future, man. I love you, kid. Stay strong, you heard?
definitely, man. I love you, bro. And yo, this is another episode of 20 Plus Podcast, man. We out. Peace.
Yeah.